Hey, this that East Side Johnny Big Redemption life. You know what I'm talking about? Hold up. Whoa, 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 whoa. Get out the way, get out the way, yo. Get out the way, get the fuck up on my way, yo. You either with me or against me, ho.
Oh,
You either with me or win. Win, 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 win. Fuck everything else. Win, 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 win.
mm.
These insert words ain't shit. Win, 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 win. Stop chasing that bee. Win, 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 win. Oh man, we have to start it off.
Dude, the trumpet intro is so good on that song.
Uh, that was Christy and I were listening to that when we were both studying for the MPT exam, and I remember like when we got our results back, we went for a walk, and I was just playing on my cell phone. We're just like, win, 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 win. I
I
love
love that, bro. Not gonna lie, dude, that surprised me because right before this, I was telling Andy, I was like, "Yo, I've been jamming out to some Louis Capaldi lately." So, and all of a sudden, you hit me with that. I was like, "Yo, a complete vibe switch." I love it.
it. There's certain things like it's so hard to like imitate like certain people's voices. I was
Mhm.
watching like Pip. You were asleep already New Year's, but Pitbull had a show, and I'm like, man, this guy is so good. Like he's actually a phenomenal performer. It's like tonight, give me everything. He's like,
I think with like certain artists, aside from being able to just like command voice, they also just need to have like really good like stage presence as well.
dude, stage presence was
Controlling the crowd, yeah, that's huge.
crazy. It was
You ever seen Pitbull without sunglasses though?
no.
No, right? I was thinking, so like, I feel like there's certain people where they just have this like one like special thing that they always wear, right? And so like for him, it's always those like big ass like Miami sunglasses. Neo's another one. Never seen Neo without a fedora.
Oh, I haven't seen him without a fedora. Yo, bro, Pitbull looks Cuban as fuck without glasses. But when I was in Miami for school, I actually went to the same barber shop as Pitbull. They had like
Is it
you know,
Pitbull
like
bald, dude?
yeah, no, but they shave his head probably, you know.
No,
But you know, like that Russell Brunson like massive like double comma club like award thing.
yeah,
He had something similar, or like when he sold like 1 million records, and they had it displayed.
in the barbershop.
Yeah,
Oh, that's sick.
um,
That's
yeah. Shout
flex.
out to Pitbull. I got to see him live because this guy. I was very impressed by that New Year's Eve performance.
Yeah. So what'd you do for New Year's Eve? You stayed up and watched some Pitbull.
What did we do? There was the college football like playoffs, so we watched some college football and then watched some TV shows into intermission around like 10 to 11. And then New Year's Eve, we started this tradition last year. Our video editor is Filipino, and he's like, "Yeah, New Year's." I was like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Oh, New Year's Eve, we get family together and we eat 12 different fruits. It's like a good luck thing for the
Oh,
new
holy
year."
shit! Damn.
I'm like, yo, that's a lot of different fruits. He goes, "Yeah, you can just eat grapes though." I'm like, "All right, perfect." So last year, I bought the biggest, juiciest fucking grapes I could find, like organic. And the tradition is like you go under the table and you eat those 12 grapes, one for every single month. Last year took
But you got to do it under the table.
under the table. I have no idea why. It's a Spanish thing. This year we did again 12 grapes under the table, and then we also got 12 blueberries for Oliver. So we put 12 blueberries in a jar, ate the blueberries and the grapes, and then Christy and I are like, all right, time to go to bed. That's it.
Love it. For
Yeah.
us, we make homemade dumplings on New Year's Eve. I don't remember if that's like a thing or not. I could be making it up in like the Chinese tradition if like dumplings are like for good luck or whatever.
I
I
would
might be
say,
mixing up the holiday.
no, no, you're wrapping up 2025.
There we go. But yeah, we made some dumplings, and yeah, we had some friends over, but everybody, I think like yeah, one of my buddies came over. You know, he just had a newborn baby, so
Oh, Jen.
they were done around like 8 o'clock, 8:30. Catherine had some friends over from out of town. I think she went out with them a little bit till like 10:30, 11. I was in, you know, your boy was in bed around like 9 o'clock, dude.
It's yeah, eating oh, for Chinese New Year.
Chinese New Year. Okay, I was like,
But it
I
also
mixed it
says
up.
New
Yeah.
Year's Eve to usher in prosperity for the coming year. So,
Yeah, I knew there was something. I was all right. I was within the right vicinity, man.
dude, we crushed it last year. and I think it was a 12 grapes. I'm like, there's no way we're not running back these grapes.
Run it back.
I'm like, I'll take anything. Like, one time Michigan was in the playoffs
Mhm.
and they were down, but they came back. And while they were coming back, my friend was in the bathroom. I had her stay in the bathroom for the whole quarter because I was like, hey, you can't come out. Like, you went to the bathroom, we turned that shit around. She stayed in the bathroom
No
the
way.
whole quarter. She's like, what's happening? I'm like, yo, we're fucking winning. Don't get out.
Keep staying in there. Keep staying in there.
Stay there. So those random superstitions, dude, I don't know why. Like, I just like, yo, gotta roll with it. Roll with it.
Roll with it, baby. But man, I love the new year, man. It's always an awesome time to set new goals, reflect. But what you got, baby? What we got? What we got for this new year?
New Year's, dude. I listened to a really dope Jesse Itzler podcast with the My First Million guys,
Yeah.
and it reminded me, obviously, like the Misogi, like the one hard thing that you do every year. But then he also has something called Kevin's Rule, which is like every 45 to 60 days, do something new. So I'm implementing that. It's like every single month, just one dope adventure, something that I would never do. So I created a list of like stuff yesterday, like jazz club in Harlem, going on a 5 borough bike tour, go to an outdoor concert in Forest Hills, Coney Island polar plunge with a bunch of Russians. Another High Rocks is on it. I want to go zip lining.
Bro, you're doing the High Rocks?
Christy and I are gonna do a partner one.
Let's go.
That's on the list of like the the like random adventures.
Yeah.
One of them is like I'm gonna sit with a stranger every day for a week and talk to them, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So Kevin's rule is like do something so out of your ordinary just to get a different input.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the one thing personally that I'm excited about.
I love that. Did you get your big ass calendar?
Dude, we have no space for a big ass calendar.
They have, I think, like a smaller version of it. Yeah. For those of you guys who don't know Jesse Itzler, I highly recommend. But he's got this thing called Big Ass Calendar, and it's basically like all the months out of the year, along with every single day. And you also have these like little sticky notes, and they're kind of color coordinated. And so this is something that I think Andy actually shared with me last year. So we did this last year, and then we did it just again this year. But we kind of color coordinated all of our races on there, all the trips that we're going to take, all the different trips for business and stuff, and then different events, right? So it's really cool to be able to kind of like see, hey, like at the start of the new year, everything that we're already planned or are planning to do. I think one of the big things that Jesse talks about on the podcast is like, when you set up a year ahead of time and you place all these like big things on, now you have to schedule things around it, right? Versus like, hey, throughout the year, shit gets busy, life gets busy, and we're trying to like fit in all these things that in our busy ass schedule where it should really be the other way around.
Dude, and I think it's so like, it sounds counterintuitive, kind of like time blocking, because you're like, man, if I do this, then I'm very rigid. But it's like, no, you're like literally putting adventures down.
Yeah,
The other
and it's
one,
like it makes you have something to look forward to, man. It's exciting. Yeah,
but
like we did ours, and I'm looking at it right here. It's in my office, and like, dude, I've got one race all the way up until May. So I've got 5K coming up this month. Next month I'm doing a half marathon. In March I've got was it a 15K in Jax that we're doing. Doing a High Rocks pro single down Miami. I'm doing it with my guy Alex. Shout out Alex. Alex is gonna be doing it. Yeah, me and Alex are gonna battle it out, kind of see who finishes faster. Alex will probably crush it. And then in May I'm got a marathon, and then so that's all like first half of the year, and then we're doing like one trip every quarter. So I think right now I know at the end of the year, dude, maybe if you and Christy want to come, we're gonna go to Brazil for New Year's Eve. This will be my first New Year's Eve that maybe I'll actually end up saying, oh yeah. Apparently New Year's Eve in Brazil's like they do this thing where everybody wears all white, and then they like everyone jumps in the ocean towards like midnight shit and there's fireworks and whatnot. Catherine was looking it up. She was like really into it. I was like, all right, cool. Like, let's do it.
it's crazy. I literally I was reflecting on my life, and I'm like, I've done like cool trips, but I want like an experience where like shit just blows me away. So one of them, I was like, oh, like it'd be cool to go to like Cinco de Mayo in like Oaxaca, or it'd be like to like experience the culture and like the peak or to go like
Bro,
what's
Oktoberfest.
Oktoberfest, but the bowls in Spain. Like I want to do some shit that kind of is scary or like so out, or like I stick out like a sore thumb.
Yeah.
The
I
Brazil one
think like
sounds dope
experiences
though.
are so cool to be able to like because oftentimes I think we're just kind of inundated in our day to day stuff. But yeah, like being out and experiencing new things. I think our Hormozy talked about this, so it's got to be right, right? Um, but Hormozy, I think maybe it was like his end of the year recap. He was like, "Yeah, I'm just like at a point where I've kind of made enough now," and so one of the things he said he's going to do this year is like intentionally set time aside to travel more and meet new people, just so it'll give him different perspectives to make better like decision making abilities. Does that make sense? But yeah,
No,
it's like it's. I think it's. I totally agree. Every time I go somewhere new, experience new things, it would just kind of give you like maybe like a different perspective or a sense of appreciation for whatever that you just kind of experienced.
yeah, we got like this month is Christie's running the Disney half, so like that's one of the adventures. But like I might just
Oh
throw
yeah,
in like, a Central Park loop because I've never done a loop around Central Park. February, we're going to be in San Diego teaching a course, but also my buddy's getting married. At the end of February, we're going to go to Knoxville to spend the weekend with Matt McGinnis Watson and some friends. March,
GDC
March,
Live, baby.
dude, March, I got teaching foundations, second week, GGC, third week, GGC live. And then we got a half marathon. So it's like, dude, just start throwing shit in there. And like, I don't
It
know.
fills up fast, man.
Yeah. If you don't plan for it, it's just not going to happen. And I think you have to plan some adventures. Life's got to be exciting. So that's the first thing for me personally, just having goals, like a list of like fun things to do, more adventures.
Love it, man.
What
What
about you?
what hierarchs are y'all doing?
I don't know yet. Like,
Dude, you gotta sign up, man, because like
I know
that
I
shit
heard.
sells out fast. I was like, I think the only one that was left available in the Miami one was the pro singles. I'm like, shit, like, all right, I guess I'm gonna just fuck around and find out.
Yeah, we're gonna have to fucking. I would almost want to do it somewhere else just for that experience. But yeah,
They
it
have
would
a
probably have
bunch of international ones, man.
dude. I would probably have to go like because I really want the sub 140 half.
Hmm.
So I'm probably gonna have to end up doing it in like May or something.
Yeah. Um. Cool, man. Well, yeah. Let's. So you got what sub 140 half. Yeah. What are some like personal goals that you're setting for yourself for this year? Maybe if you got some like business goals, we kind of rip through that.
Yeah, for me,
Yeah,
uh,
sub 140 half. You got the chatting with the stranger, going on
I got
all these different
like a
trips.
bunch of shit, but 2026. This is on my vision board right now. 50 plus people at the GGC Mastermind event. So this could either be the one that's coming up. If you guys, pull up, boom, I can take it off the vision board. 10K followers on YouTube total between GGC and Moment Physical Therapy. I got Rolex Explorer 1, just waiting for the call. 2 weeks in Miami with Christine Oliver. Competency with ads and scaling a sales team to fully start working on the business. So by the end of this year, I just want to be fucking marketing wizard.
Love it.
Rent out restaurant with friends and family to celebrate birthday and a successful year. Start boxing, learn how to swim, tutor a Black Bay watch. I already got that coming in next week. So check that off the
Hey,
list.
check it off the vision board, baby.
Sub 140 half marathon PR, full media team for personal brand and ads. And
Love
then
it.
spiritually, mentally, and physically fulfilled. I'm going to add two more things because I want to actually sit down and like put a number down of like what we're going to chase for all three businesses.
Love it, man. For me, I've got for health and fitness, I gotta hit sub 3, man. That's a big one. We got 2:59:59 on my phone. That I've got hit 5K PR, half marathon PR, do first high rocks. For
What's your
personal stuff,
5K base? I'm curious.
my 5K that I hit last year was 18:36. So I'm
What's
trying to
your half
hit
marathon?
half marathon. I ran 127, so I'm trying to go 125 for the one in February. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Um,
you're trying to go sub 135.
hell yeah,
Yeah.
that's a really good time. Let me see what else. Say I'm gonna start actually playing piano. I know you always see this piano behind me, but it's like, dude, I haven't actually freaking touched it. So I'm gonna pump out. I'm gonna learn one song every quarter, and then, dude, I'm actually gonna like try and learn golf. You know, I remember like I don't know if you remember this. Like last year, there's a little stint of time where it was like kind of chill. I was like, bro, I think I don't know what to do with myself. I might like screw around and
You
pick
might
up
start
golf. And then
golfing.
right after I said that, all hell broke loose.
Yeah.
But no, I think I'm gonna actually like try. I'm gonna learn it this year.
Saw your
Be
ads
aggressive
though with
with
the
it.
golf though. You got some golf ads up.
Yeah, dude, we got. Bro, I was like, I can talk, but I was like, man, if I can actually learn it and get out on the course and actually film some like content, me ripping some balls, that'd be dope. Another one. Let's see. Um, learn golf, play piano. One thing that I also put too is just hey, feel proud of the shit that I do this year. And then relationship stuff. Hey, we're gonna take 4 international trips. So kind of one a quarter. And then for the business, yeah, very similar. Want to try and hit around 1.8 this year with around 20-25% margins. And then really looking to bring in a director of operations. I'm really excited about this one thing that's already kind of been set in place, but we ended up hiring a closer who's supposed to start at the end of January. So I think this will kind of be like a pretty big unlock just with a lot of the sales stuff that we're trying to standardize with, so many different PTs. Um, oh, and then one goal that I had, hey, I'm gonna take 1 month off completely and see what happens at Motion Racks. So yep,
Nice.
not gonna touch my phone, not gonna check Slack. Longest that I've gone without like checking in has been 2 weeks, and in those 2 weeks, it's just I'll kind of like think at the back of my mind like, holy shit, like what's gonna happen. So this year goes 1 month, and I think like if I can bring someone in for director of operations that can kind of help standardize a lot of stuff, I think it's definitely a very good possibility. So I'm excited for this year, man.
Yeah, I'm like slightly behind you in some of those things. That's my next year. Like I already got 2027 just to throw it up there.
Yeah.
And
Dude, that's awesome that we're already thinking year. I was like, I not even think anything about 2027.
no, for sure. I think like and this is a great kind of segue into like goals. It's like you have to. Last year was the first time that I was super intentional with my goals. Like I knew I was like, all right, this is the revenue market I'm looking for. Crushed it. This is like the stuff that I want for myself personally, and hit all those goals. And like I probably missed like 2 or 3, but for the most part, it was like an 80% clip, which I'm very happy about.
Love it.
But I probably looked at my goals more than I ever had. But it wasn't. It was like I looked at it like often, right? It's probably like once a week. But this year, I'm literally making it a point to like look, check my goal, like literally as part of my morning routine every single day. And I think that itself, Tony Robbins talks about. It's called the reticular activating system. So like if Peter went into like Lamborghinis are kind of rare, but let's say like Peter went to the Beamer dealership. Say, hey, I'm deciding between this BMW M3, the white or the red. I don't know which one. Once he starts thinking about a white BMW or a red BMW, he's going to go back. Let's say he just starts running around Jacksonville doing his long run. He's going to not stop seeing white BMWs and red BMWs. And it's not like they just came out of nowhere, right? It's just now he's aware of those things.
Yep.
And I think when you constantly look at your goal just daily, it makes you aware of like these little opportunities that are arising that you're like, oh shit, that actually will help me. Or whenever you feel like some resistance to do something, it's like, yeah, but like that's part of my goal, so I should do this.
Yeah. Yeah, I think like very conversations like, hey, you are what you like see and hear constantly, right? So you might as well just like inundate yourself with like the shit you want to be able to achieve, right? Just like manifest that shit into action, into reality. And I'm not gonna lie, like I was like a big ass like skeptical of like a lot of that manifestation shit. But I'm like 100% a real believer now, man.
Dude, you're a fucking vision board. You hit like
Yeah, I know. Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, I did a vision board for the first time last year, and I'm like, holy shit, I went seven. Sorry, I went 6 for 8 on that. I was like, damn, like this shit is dope.
I am I can't even describe it anymore. Like I'm 100% believer in all those things, visualization, manifestation, and like it's like you get everything that you want, just not in the time that you want it in. Right. So like, even with Peter, right, it's like, oh, I didn't hit the sub 3, but it's like, you're going to get it. You just keep staring at that goal.
Yeah.
it's not like you always make these things happen whenever you state it, but your likelihood of it happening when when you state it actually, I think, increases. Because like Kobe, Michael, all the best athletes in the world just do visualization all the time. They're mentally rehearsing. And I don't know, did you feel like when you hit some of these things, you looked at your vision board, it's like, I almost felt like I did this before I even did it kind of thing? Like, did you
Yeah,
ever
because
get
you're
any of
already
that?
kind of like because you're already seeing it, you're visualizing it. And a lot of the athletes too, right? They every time before it's like implemented into their weekly practice. Right? It's like they just visualize, all right, cool, I'm gonna hit 100 free throws with my eyes closed and just like think about it. And that way it's just like multiple repetitions, repetitions, repetitions. So same thing, it's like, hey, all right, cool. If we want to be able to take this trip, and you're just staring at it, and all of a sudden, all right, cool, we eventually purchase tickets to be able to actually do this thing. Or hey, like for me, like staring at 259.59 every single time I'm training, I'm like, all right, cool, like this is bringing me one step closer. Like what does it feel like to run at like 650 pace for XYZ time? That's gonna be what it's like to finally be able to hit that goal.
Yeah, so I think goal wise, I would say like the first thing to plan is like something like fitness related. Like
Mhm.
you just want to be able to train for something. And there's so many parallels. Like if you train for something fitness related, I think it bleeds into every other aspect of your life. So for me, like hitting that sub 140 half marathon PR and like learning how to swim, like it's super important, right? Or like and starting boxing, it's like it's doing something new, pushing myself out of my comfort zone every single year. I just genuinely think you should do something outside your comfort zone. It just allows you to like get close to failure and like testing your limits. And I love that aspect of just living.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's just so many similar parallels between fitness and business, right? Like in fitness, in order to hit like a hard goal, you have to consistently put yourself through hard shit. And the more you do that, same thing with like business. Like in order to hit like seven figures in top line revenue, there's a lot of stuff you have to be able to endure. And the more endurance of hardship that you do, like there's just going to be so much parallel and carryover. But when it comes to like goal setting, I think there's really like for me, I have like four different buckets. But I don't know if you have any other ones outside of these. For me, I always split it up into like health and fitness. I've got personal goals for myself, and then relationship, and then like professional slash business. So those are kind of like the four main buckets I have that I'll kind of like set goals for at the beginning of every single year. Is there anything that you have that wasn't listed in terms
No,
of like
like,
overarching buckets themes?
I think for me, it's like I prioritize like the health and fitness now, and then
Yeah,
from there I dip into adventures, and then I start to plug in the fitness goals, and then like kind of everything else. Like I've got like finance goals, but it's the same thing every single year. Max out Roth IRA, which I just did. Max out 401k, which should be done by like March. Have like a you know boost up my double my savings account just because I don't know. I feel a little. I'm like, yeah, should probably have a little bit more in savings, and then putting more into like a non-tax advantage account now. So like for me, it's like I know there's like the whole meme of like SME 500, right? Like always
Mhm.
invest in yourself. There's a little personal finance thing. It's like if you just collect 8 to 10% year over year, your money doubles every 7 years. So it's just like it's S&P 500 and also SME 500. You don't have to pick between the two. I think there's a lot of people that do the SME 500 because Alex Hormozy said it and it sounded really good.
Yeah,
But it's like, dude, if you have all your finances in check, you could take more risk. Like
yeah,
I'm putting money into the S&P 500 so I can take more risk, right? Like I will still continue to invest money in myself. So that's another bucket. It's like making sure all my financials are in order. I've never been someone to check finances every week. I maybe be looking at my finances once every 3 months. So that's another thing now. It's like I'm just going to check my finances, investments, and all those kind of things. So
love it,
do
man.
you do
Is
that?
it is this year the year of finance, Andy? I feel like last year, 2025, was like mindset, personal development, Andy. This year gonna be finance, Andy.
Last year was mindset, personal development, Andy. This year, I'm just like, I think the whole year is like, it's a weird thing, right? It's like,
Mhm.
I don't consider myself a businessman. I consider myself an artist. So, like, my focus this year is to become a businessman. And there's like a fun quote. It's like, the businessman becomes successful in his career when he becomes an artist, and then the artist becomes successful in his career when he becomes a businessman. So for me, it's like all the things that like someone that's competent in entrepreneurship and like as an adult should know are all the things that I'm trying to get after now. Like I just want to be. I used to say like, oh my gosh, I hate numbers. Like no, I just gotta get fucking good at numbers. Like I'm just gonna be dialed in on all aspects of that. So that this year is like the I don't even know what the I don't want to say like adulting, but like you know. But I think I'm being way more intentional with like my time because like I even created like a whole CEO like a CEO calendar and stuff. So like a lot of it's now just like stepping into like the other side of entrepreneurship more.
Love it. Yeah. Yeah, I think like ultimately I think for sure towards the end of this year, if not by the beginning of next year, goal is just like yeah, clear calendar where I don't have to worry about the team needing me, and most importantly too, I think like if we can get it to a place where the business can continue to grow. I think that was one thing that I realized was like, and that's why I like well, one of the big goals for this year is bringing in like director of operations to be able to actually grow the business. Because I think right now, if I were to step away, like the business would probably just maintain. Right? It wouldn't necessarily dip. Like it would probably stay the same. But the thing is, like it's not gonna grow, right? Like I'm still like primarily the main driver of revenue growth month over month for Motion Rex. So like it's kind of scary, right? It's like shit. Like I get hit, like man, like it'll maintain, but it's like if it doesn't grow, like it's pretty much like stagnant, right? And so yeah, one of the big things for me this year is yeah bringing in somebody as director of operations to be able to not only like find like leaky buckets within the business, a lot of things that I can't see, but to ultimately kind of patch things up and be able to make things more efficient and run and continue to grow in the net positive direction.
Dude,
But yeah, yeah, go
that's
ahead.
pretty much what my next like 2026 I have that 2027 I have like hire a COO and like start to figure out like potentially a second location for our practice. But
Yeah. I
yeah,
originally with like the operation shit, I originally like thought about like having our clinic director kind of manage that. But then, like, as we slowly started to like actually list out all the like roles and responsibilities and everything, and as I was chatting with him, I think it was just like it's just way too much, like bandwidth, to be able to kind of load that up onto, like clinic director as well too. So it's kind of like I'm like slowly trying to figure out like, hey, KPIs, roles and responsibilities for kind of like some of these like leadership roles. And it's tough just because yeah, it's like I don't really know kind of what's it's kind of like like a figure shit out and then see if it works and then if not, kind of continue to redelegate. At the beginning. But yeah, right now for our like clinic director, it's really just hey, he's gonna be in charge of like managing all of our PTs, making sure from like a clinical skill set standpoint, very competent, very good. They feel good with like ramping up. So a lot of the onboarding process and then kind of a lot of the one-on-ones. Because I think yeah, our clinic director, I think he still treats around like 32, 35 a week or so.
yeah.
And then yeah, and then for director of operations, it'll be a lot more kind of like the back end stuff, the CRM, more of the ads stuff, which I'm doing all of it right now with the ads. Be able to continue to kind of optimize finance and product from there.
Yeah, the see, I think one of the things I realize it's like scaling actually happens fairly quickly, like to multiple locations once you have one dialed in
Yeah,
so well. And I think the COO role shouldn't be someone that's actually a physical therapist. It should be someone
yeah,
that's like,
I
fuck
agree.
it. And I if like man, like I'm thinking like man, we're in over 4 years in business now.
Mhm.
And I'm like, we have one location, like kind of two satellites, and we'll probably have one of those satellites turn into a full location by the end of next year. But then I thought about like all of these businesses in New York City that almost like your like favorite classics. Have you had Levain Bakery before, the cookies in New York
Is
City?
is it it's good? I gotta add that to my food tour list.
Levain. And Levain is like it was in the Upper West Side. It's like it looks like a scone. It's a massive cookie, but it's these two women that used to run
So good.
ultra endurance races, and they essentially made that cookie to fuel them during the race.
Okay. Yeah,
Probably
dude, that looks so sick.
They had one location in Upper West Side for almost like 20 years. And now they've got like 20 locations all over the US. So it's like you're just building this like really, really solid foundation. Then you bring an operator in that's like really good at scaling that to multiple locations. So, that definitely wasn't on the target before, but I'm like, okay, I don't think we need to get really good at operating multiple locations because people have different skill sets. You can always bring someone in that does that, better than you.
Yeah, I think that's the main thing. Is just like you don't have to be the person who does it. Like that's why it's like, hey, you. And a lot of times, one of the big things that we do for people when they come in is we help them raise prices. And the main thing of why you need to have high enough pricing is, especially if you do want to bring somebody like an operator in the future, be able to pay your staff well or have money for ads. You got to have enough margin baked in. Right. But it's like I think for like an operator, I'm sure it's probably a lot more up in New York, right? But it can be anywhere from like 80K to 120, and then as you get a little bit higher up, there's more kind of like profit margin baked in there. But I mean, it makes sense, right? Like you're bringing somebody in to be able to grow the business. I've been doing a ton of like operator research over these like last 2 weeks, and a lot of the qualities that they all say to kind of look for is like you want somebody who kind of like thinks like an entrepreneur, but they don't want to go out and do their own thing. They want to kind of like tinker with somebody else's business, but not take on that risk. And I think that's like exactly kind of what we're looking for when it really comes to this. Like somebody who can kind of doesn't have a physical therapy mindset, right? Because I think as PTs we have a lot of the limiting beliefs, and it's just shit that we can't see. Right? And for me and you, we both went to school for freaking 7 years to be a PT. So by nature, like we're still physical therapists, right? And yes, we have our own businesses and we kind of like figured a lot of shit out along the way, but it's so much faster when you bring in somebody who's maybe already done this with like a couple other companies and they're able to spot shit that we just can't spot.
And I think you're definitely entering the realm soon of like your next like big hires, you'll actually be learning from them, right? Because I feel like a lot of like the hires currently right now, it's like we're teaching a lot of people how to do things, and I listen to like some of these like hiring podcasts and like constantly just trying to figure out, when we bring someone else new on, and like, are we doing anything wrong? Could we make anything better? And when you get to that higher level, especially when people start owning a full department, you bring someone on. Ryan Dice had he was like, when you hire for the head of the department and have them build out the team. And I'm like, damn, I never even fucking thought about things like that. Like
Yeah.
you hired a head of marketing. You don't hire someone that does like, media buying. You just hire the head of marketing,
And
and
then
they
they'll
slowly,
build it out.
they do it initially and then they build it out themselves. I'm like, what the? I'm like, I don't think like that at all. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, I think it'll be cool though. We don't have any. I'm still trying to put together like the roles and responsibilities, and we're hopefully looking to get out like a full job description for this in the future. I think I'm gonna go remote for this, so not limited to in person. I think this can easily be a position that's managed remotely. For this one, I'm probably going to look to stay in the United States, whereas a lot of our STR team we kind of sourced globally. But I'm excited for this, man. I think this will be like a huge unlock in terms of just like opening up the calendar and having somebody, just like another asset to be able to help develop the team from there. So we got that. The closer position we kind of chat about briefly. So my guys, he's starting beginning of February. So the way we're gonna plan on structuring this is he'll be in person and he's gonna sit in on the first part of the initial evaluation with the PTs. And then, so like the subjective part, discovery questions, and then PTs will take them out for assessment, exercise, etc. And then from there, PTs will bring them back in. PTs will explain to them, hey, like this is everything that we found today, everything that I would recommend. And then from there, transition and hand off to the closer in like a different room. And then the closer will walk them through, make sure, hey, they understand plan, and then price shop, and then, figure out any kind of like, payment plans or anything like that. But I think this is going to be huge because what I realized is a lot of times if people, I'm sure you have people that are just super laid out, easy to lay down closes, right? Where you get to the end, cool, like this is payment or this is total investment, 4K, cool, done, PIF, no problem, awesome. Other times, like you may need to kind of walk through a couple, all right, how do I actually maybe customize like a payment plan? But a lot of our PTs, they're all running back-to-back appointments. And so it's like maybe you're already at like 58-minute mark and you have another another eval waiting at the top of the hour. and they just don't have as much time to like really go thorough into like helping this person overcome whatever obstacle that they might have, so that they can get the get to the program and get to the goals. Whereas now the closer, it's like, hey, I can sit here all day, and no eval after, and they can really take the time to be able to kind of like walk them through and figure out like customize the payment plan for them so they can close. So yeah, I'm super really excited about that, especially now. Then we kind of open it up to all the PTs, so also opening up more schedule availability. So we got that person. And then also too, yeah, beginning of February, we're bringing in an athletic trainer. She's moving in from Georgia, and then she is going to be our head of local marketing. So her roles and responsibilities to do 5 to 6 local events every single week. She's not going to be treating, just networking with gyms and other potential referral partners and setting up events. So I think that's going to be like a massive unlock too for just another huge like acquisition channel for bringing in evals. So I'm pumped.
I love that, man. And that's super exciting because I think it becomes that like local, like constant, like I see you everywhere. Oh, you're part of Motion. I saw your ad. I also saw your clinic, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And I think I'm excited to see how the closing works. I actually think that flow could be really, really beneficial. Now for me to start off, it's like we've been running like follower ads, but it's just been hard to track. But we've got the dashboard all set up. So I'm going to be incorporating follower ads for all the other pages. I think my own personal brand one is really, really tough to track because the amount of messages I'm getting is insane. Yeah. So we got follower ads set up for PTP. I'm going to start for Moment Education. Would have started for Go-Getters, but we got the curse. We got somebody, guys, trademarked Cash PT.
Yeah.
And now our ad
account is shut down.
Yeah. But
it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah. So that's going to be the main one, is just setting up the follower ads for all the biz, and then having, if that's going well, essentially having like a DM setter for each individual one. And I'm back into content, but from like a completely different lens. So a lot of like what I'm going to be focused on in 2026 is like personal brand. And there's been a huge shift in like content now because information is no longer the moat.
Yeah. Before it was just it used to be all about, hey, value.
Yeah. Before it was just like information. Now it's all about like, you got to have insane amount of diversity within content. And you see every single person doing this now. If you follow like Layla Hormozi, she's intentionally showing a lot of her personal life now. She's got videos of her like hanging out with Alex on the couch or something, right? Like there's personal brands that are being more and more intentional with like their stories, just random day-to-day stuff that does not necessarily relate to what they're actually selling. And the whole psychology behind it is when you look at AI makes things so fucking good now. Like it can create high quality videos and things like that. So what's actually going to stand out is lo-fi, like shit that's like more raw. And that's why like I was kind of thinking, I'm like, man, why does this post-Andromeda thing actually care about lo-fi? And I think it's because like people are so numb to like seeing high quality things that seeing something that's like not quite as polished actually feels more real. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna be building out a media team to help document personal brand. This will be like day in a life stuff. This will be like just more like intentional messaging and like storytelling with the things that we're doing. But right now it's like video. We have someone that records our videos and someone that edits videos. I want to get ahead of content. Someone that's like literally just telling me what to post.
I love that. Yeah, I think especially with like the shift in content towards like, hey, more raw, authentic storytelling stuff, and the shift away from like super highly edited. I think for the majority of people, it actually makes like barrier of entry. It lowers the barrier of entry of getting into content, right? Because like, hey, all you gotta do is pull out your iPhone and just like film and record. And it's the same thing we're seeing in a lot of the ads that we teach to people in GGC. It's just like, hey, you don't need super fancy cameras. It's literally just take out your iPhone, do like a super simple like selfie style video talking into the camera, or take some videos of your clients where it literally looks like people know it's coming from an iPhone, right? But just like people are so like inundated with like the super high, flashy, like highly edited content. They're just kind of like numb to it, and they're just seeking for the exact opposite of it. But for your content team, man, like what does that kind of look like from maybe like a org chart or hierarchy standpoint?
Yeah, head of content will mainly be like strategy essentially, right? So that'll be essentially taking all the content we already have and curating like carousel posts that they can use the messaging that they want, whether that's for like GGC live, for moment education like seminars.
Yeah. Actually, real quick, let me interrupt you real quick. So head of strat, I know you were saying to bring someone in to like think about or just to come up with a list of things to tell you to post. Do you feel like that's something that is a branch within the department that you can't delegate?
What do you
Or
mean?
it has to come from you. So meaning like the ideation and like coming up with topics like that has to come from you because ultimately like you are like the brand in and of itself.
Yeah.
Whereas like if you have somebody or maybe even like ChatGPT that like comes up with like different ideas and stuff like I don't know if that's like something that you can like truly outsource in order to kind of maintain the like raw authentic version. I don't know. What are your thoughts on that?
No, for sure. I think it's like it's having someone to like to almost chat with, right? It's like, hey,
Okay.
this is my idea. I always think of like 10, 80, 10, right? I start off with 10%. I'm going to give it to you. You execute on it, and I kind of refine the last 10% or something along those lines. But I'm like looking for someone to help me like craft a better story
Hmm.
and like be more intentional with like scripting and stuff like that. So
Cool.
let's say like if we're going to be pumping out like my January goal is one GGC video and one moment BTP video every single week, and I'm going to try to carry that for the whole year. Almost like having someone that does the market research and then presents like a bunch of like data. I had a consultation with one of the guys from Team Gary V,
Oh, sick.
and
Hell yeah.
dude, insanely expensive. Like
Yeah.
budgets anywhere from 10 to 20 G's a month, and that's just for strategy.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, I'm like, this is not editing. There's no edits or like actual, it's like not just strategy, helping you clarify your message. I was like, all right, like, let me stack this cheddar for Q1 and then I'll hire,
Yeah.
someone. But, I think everyone that's in the industry that does really, really well from like a public brand perspective, all have someone that's doing strategy for them on the back end.
Hmm.
Brian Mark, I think, sources out to Devin Jathos. He's like a like big IG guy.
Hmm.
Dan Martell obviously has this guy Sam Gaudet, which is like head of content.
Yeah.
Alex Shimolsky has a full ass department for like scripting and stuff. So just having some sort of like unique, like I don't want to say unique advantage, just like having someone that like takes some of that mental burden or just asks me the right question to extract what they
For
need to
sure.
get out of it.
Cool. Yeah, no, I can see that. Yeah, because that way you show up to the session of hey, like we're gonna film or whatever, and then from there, it's all the topics are already listed out to you. Or maybe it's like, hey, you sit down for a podcast and they just have a list of questions that they know will pop off for the brand, and they just ask it to you, and you immediately respond from like as like a live interview session.
Yeah, and part of it's like it might not be a hire, it might be an agency. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? So just trying to explore the options. But I know that's something that like if we're gonna increase volume, I definitely need to reduce that
Yeah,
mental.
mental bandwidth.
Yeah, like
Obviously, yeah. When it comes to content, like even just like the ideation part of it is sometimes hard because like the scripting and like actually filming it, that's the easy part, but just like sometimes coming up with like hey the different ideas of hey like what's gonna
dude.
hit with the market is it's got a bit of like mental bandwidth for sure.
So there's like one video I posted. It's like 2026 is already off to a crazy start. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
And then it just says like MRI is not a death sentence, right?
yeah,
And it's just like stuff like that where I'm like, I was doom scrolling at night. I'm like, oh, I could recreate this pretty easily, and it crushed in another like industry, right?
industry, yeah,
So it's like if we were to do the same thing for GGC, I'm like, what in the world? Ads work, whatever,
yeah,
right? So it's kind of like I want someone to essentially be like, yo, these are like three trending like things to create.
yeah,
These are like three storytelling frameworks that have been doing really really well,
All
because
that.
there are stuff that are like blowing up on Instagram and stuff right now, and I want someone to just present that shit to me opposed to like me going out there hunting.
Yeah, there's a couple of people that I follow that I think do a really great job of this. One, Caleb Ralston. I think you know Caleb Ralston. Then two, another person, Sarah Snow. Have you seen some of her stuff?
Sarah.
She like tells stories, but when she tells stories, she's like baking and like making meals and stuff. But I don't know. Her voice is also just like really soothing and calming, and that's probably also why I think it's like it hits really really well. But yeah, if you guys are looking for some like inspo, like those two people are really great in terms of some of the personal branding, storytelling,
Yeah,
authenticity type stuff that I've checked out recently.
I think there is like one. It's never been worse to be average. In like today's day and age, it's like if you're average, you're just gonna lose, right? Like before, like you could be average and you can have a house with a white picket fence, and like right now, if you're average, like it's gonna be rough.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing to think about is like I think the window to create a personal brand is closing every single year. And I'm just like, all right, like if I can maximize this window in the next 5 years, I'll always have a personal brand that's going to be leveraged within our industry.
Mm-hmm.
But I think like 5 years from now, it's going to be a lot tougher because like social media is just becoming one of those things like everyone is hopping on it.
Everyone needs it. Yeah.
Everyone is hopping on it. And like there are certain industries that it's for like influencer marketing, super saturated. For physical therapy, it's gotten more and more saturated every single year, but it's not nowhere near as saturated as other industries. So
Yeah.
it's like if you're trying to build a personal brand, you have to like start ASAP.
Today's the day.
Today's the day.
Year's the year.
What else goals you have, Peter?
That's
And
pretty much it, man. Yeah, I kept it simple. For like just core few for like the business one, motion relax, relationship, personal health and fitness. I've got my newly updated vision board. If you want to see it,
oh yeah,
for those
just in.
for those of y'all on YouTube, you can check it out. But yeah, I've got just went on there. Picture of Michael Jordan holding a trophy. I got 259 on there. I got a little piano on there. Sunset plane. And then this one too was like actually a pretty big personal goal. So just like I want to be like at peace, you know. And so I've got a picture of me and Catherine sitting in front of a fire. But with that, it's just like I think oftentimes in business it's just like constant like chaos, right? Like you just go 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 go. I think like one of the big things at the end of the day is like a lot of what we're seeking and chasing after is really just like peace, right? So got that, and then I've got my updated mantra that I repeat that I'm going to look at and repeat to myself in the mirror. But my mantra for this year goes like this: You're destined for greatness. You have nothing to lose this year and everything to gain. All things work out in your favor. Dream bigger. You always win. Let's get it.
Dude, I fucking love it.
We lost.
I
Can you hear me? Okay. I thought I lost you.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yep. You're good.
My computer is just lagging a little bit right now for some reason.
Oh, we lost. Okay. Cool. Yeah, you're good. Yeah, I was like, I see the videos on a bunch of wires and your laptop right now, but we cooking.
We cooking. You want to close it up, Peter?
And it is just myself. I think we lost Andy. But yeah, we'll kind of wrap it up there, guys. But I love the new year. Hopefully you guys have gone ahead and set some goals for yourself. 2026 is going to be a big one. It's going to be a big one. Make sure you, aside from setting the goals, make sure you have measurable inputs that you always will execute out on. And then remind yourself and, look at that shit every day. There's something to manifest about it. But in terms of wrapping it up, we have our live event, March 20, let me see. It is going to be March 20th. 21st and 22nd. It's going to be in Austin. So all of our GGC members are heading. It's going to be a blast. We've got a ton of really good speakers. We're going to be presenting on different topics and different trends that we're seeing in our cash practices over this last couple of months or so. And then we've also got a couple of different fun events. I think that was one of the things that a lot of you guys have kind of requested from our last live event. So we got some. We're going to do a group run together. We're going to do maybe a little high rocks and definitely some pickleball. So super pumped and excited about that. But if you guys aren't a part of GGC and you want to check out the live event, just hit us up on IG. So we do have a wait list for anybody who is not part of GGC. So just ask us for the link for the live event and we'll get you all hooked up from there. But yeah, go crush it, guys. Hope you have a fucking wonderful rest of the year. Go crush it. Just win. Oh, and we got Andy.
I'm back, baby. Yo, just crashed. I think low battery, 3% started lagging, plugged it in, and that shit just fucking froze. But hey, Peter, close it out. Guys, prioritize your health, prioritize your ventures, then build your fucking business. It makes business building way easier too when 100%. You do the first two. So, one, Peter, I heard the fucking mantra. Let's fucking get it. I love it. The vision board is fucking dope. Guys, Peter already dropped everything, but business is more than just fucking revenue numbers. If you don't know how to take care of yourself in every other aspect of yourself, from the mental, physical, spiritual, all that stuff, business, you can grow in business, but you'll just feel fucking unfulfilled. So hopefully you guys dial all those things in and have a great year.
Peace.
Peace.